So let's talk about Better. Who is it designed for? Who is it designed to help? Are you someone who could take advantage of the Better website, or maybe do you need to think about hiring a bankruptcy attorney or seeking legal aid pro bono? First of all, Better is designed for someone who has already decided on their own that they need to file Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Better is not equipped to offer legal advice. We are not going to be acting as your attorney. Instead, we're going to be providing informational videos that take you through the process of filling out your bankruptcy forms. But keep in mind, Better does not offer legal advice, and that includes whether you need to file bankruptcy, whether you should be filing bankruptcy. If you should file bankruptcy, which chapter should you file under? Do you need to file under Chapter 7, Chapter 11, Chapter 13, etc.? Better also can't decide for you whether you need a bankruptcy attorney. These are all decisions you need to make on your own, either with the help of your friends or family or by consulting with a bankruptcy attorney. And so keep in mind, you've got to make the decision on your own about whether Chapter 7 is right for you. That's who Better is designed to help. Some common issues that you might come across if you need to file bankruptcy. First, do you own a home? Owning a home makes bankruptcy a lot more complex, especially for someone who thinks they might want to file Chapter 7. Chapter 7, as you may know, is known as a liquidation. It's designed so that the Chapter 7 bankruptcy trustee takes all of your assets and sells them to pay off your creditors. If you own a home, this may mean you have to lose your home. That's a serious decision that you should be prepared for. Many people who own a home actually end up filing Chapter 13, which is a complex chapter of the bankruptcy code that you probably are going to need a bankruptcy attorney. Another example, another pitfall you might encounter is if you make too much money to be eligible to file Chapter 7. Chapter 7 has a means test, and if you make more money or more income, then you may not qualify to file Chapter 7 and your case may get dismissed. Another thing is if you have a complex financial picture. Either you have a lot of assets or you have a lot of liabilities. You may have a lot of liens or just a different financial scenario than we'll go through in our example. In our example, we have someone who filed Chapter 7 that has a really simple case. She doesn't own a home. She doesn't have really many assets at all. And she doesn't have a whole lot of complex liabilities. She's a good example of someone who might use our website to file bankruptcy. And so keep in mind, you've got to make the decision on your own that you can handle a bankruptcy case without an attorney. Many people can't. And so it's important that you've gone through these steps and made sure you can handle it. And to clarify, Better only helps with Chapter 7. Unfortunately, at this time, it doesn't help with Chapter 13. So if that's the case, if that's the type of case you decide you need to file, you need to make arrangements to either consult with an attorney or get legal help. Another thing, you are in charge of your case. Better shows examples of how real people have successfully carried out their bankruptcies and successfully filled out their bankruptcy forms. But keep in mind, this is only an example for you. It's going to be a starting point for you to fill out your forms. You are responsible for filling out your forms properly, and you're responsible for doing that on your own. This can oftentimes include doing legal research to figure out the best way to fill out your forms, or getting help from either a family member or a relative or an attorney on certain parts of your form. Again, we can't offer legal advice, and we're not your attorney. So if you feel that you need legal advice, please do consult with an attorney to get that. And finally, you must file your forms with the bankruptcy court. Unfortunately, at this time, Better does not handle the filing process. And so you've got to do the research to figure out how to file, to meet all of the court's requirements for filing, and so on. Now, if you're ready to be in charge and you're aware of these limitations, let's get started.